Hold on, Washington. First alert, a top NFC receiver linked to Jaden since college could be on the way. But at what cost? If Adam Peters fails, the offense bleeds out. And that's not all. A Super Bowl titan is in sight to arm Daniels. Or will it be another exploding million-dollar contract? As we speak, the heart of the defense could be sold for pennies. Renew or betray those who shed blood, sweat, and tears for the team. Every decision this week defines whether we are hunters or prey. You decide. Risk it all for glory or repeat the mistakes that sank US. Get ready. Subscribe now and find out how Adam Peters is playing poker with the team's future. Do you dare to see this through to the end? Attention, Commanders. Is a bombshell move about to shake up the offense? We're talking about a name that'll ring a bell. Here's the deal, fam. Things are heating up in the NFL, and Brandon Aiyuk's name is echoing loudly once again in the halls of Washington. Remember last year when there was talk about a potential trade with the 49ers? Well, guess who's back on the Commanders' radar? That's right, the same receiver who played with Jaden Daniels at Arizona State. Coincidence? I don't believe in coincidences. What's going on in San Francisco? Their roster got dismantled. Folks, the 49ers, once the NFC's biggest sensation, collapsed in 2024. Under Kyle Shanahan, they finished with a losing record for just the fourth time since 2017. And now, GM John Lynch is talking about rejuvenating the roster and saving money to pay Brock Purdy. What does that mean? That Brandon Aiyuk, who's also coming off an ACL tear, could be on the trade market? And guess who's paying attention? Adam Peters, the mastermind behind Washington's resurgence in 2024, has his eyes on this opportunity. Why? Because Aiyuk and Jaden Daniels already have chemistry. They shined together at Arizona State before Daniels exploded at LSU. Imagine reigniting that connection in the Capitol. I'm telling you, this move could be electrifying for an offense that already had the league on notice last season. But now let me ask you this. Is it worth taking a chance on a receiver coming off a major injury? An ACL tear is no joke, folks. Aiyuk will be 27 and could demand a massive contract. Are the Commanders willing to invest in a player who may not be at full strength in 2025? Or would they be better off looking for younger, cheaper talent in the draft? I know where I stand. If Adam Peters believes Aiyuk is the missing piece to take Jaden Daniels to the next level, then go for IT. But beware, we cannot repeat past mistakes. If we negotiate, there have to be conditions, extensive medical checks, and a contract structured around incentives. No wasting draft picks on a player who isn't fully healthy. Now, the big question for you, should the Commanders go after Brandon Aiyuk even if IT costs future assets? Or should they trust that Terry McLaurin and the young talent continue to develop? Right now, Commanders, listen up. What's happening in the capital of football? Something big is brewing. And no, I'm not talking about a new monument in D.C. I'm talking about a signing that could change everything for the Washington Commanders. That's right. The name is out there. Chris Godwin, Super Bowl champion with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And now a potential wide receiver in Washington. I'm telling you, this makes sense, but let's break it down. First, pay attention. The Commanders have more salary cap space than any other team in the NFC, over $96 million. This is a historic opportunity. So what's the move? According to ESPN analyst Aaron Schatz, Washington could make a run for Godwin. Why? Because Terry McLaurin can't do it all alone. And here's the kicker. Without an elite slot receiver, Jaden Daniels will be doomed to repeat the mistakes of the past. Now, listen up. Godwin put up 576 yards and 5 touchdowns in just 7 games last season before injuring his ankle. Is it a risk? But you know what? Before that, 3 straight seasons with over 1,000 yards. He's a monster in the middle of the field. Picture this. McLaurin unlocking the deep routes. Godwin shredding defenses in the short game. And Daniels spreading the ball like it's a party. This isn't a dream, it's a necessity. But, wait. Now, let me ask you, do you think the Washington front office is ready to pay what Godwin wants? We're talking about a receiver who values his legacy and wants a big contract. Is it worth investing in a 28-year-old player with an injury history? Here's my answer, yes. Why? Because without weapons, Jayden Daniels will be just another QB getting destroyed in the NFC East. And now comes the big debate. Where are Washington's receivers? Look at the roster. Only McLaurin and McCaffrey are under contract for 25. Everyone else is a free agent. This is an emergency. If they don't make a move now, Daniels will spend his rookie season dodging defenders while his receivers struggle to get open. And that, Commanders, is a recipe for disaster. And listen up. Don't give me but he's coming off an ankle injury talk. Godwin ranked in the top 5 of ESPN's metrics before going down. He's an absolute force. Do you think the Eagles, Cowboys, or Giants would pass up this opportunity? Nitrogen monoxide. They would sign God himself if they could. So, Commander Nation, here's my final argument. If Washington doesn't go for Godwin, they're sending a clear message. We're not serious about winning. Jayden Daniels needs protection. Yes, but he also needs playmakers who turn third. Downs into touchdowns. My God, IT's time to make a move. And now I ask you, should the Commanders sign Chris Godwin at any cost, even if it means a massive contract and injury risk? Or should they look for younger, cheaper options in the DRA? Commanders Nation, we're on fire. I've got news that'll hit you harder than a Ray Lewis tackle. Jonathan Allen, the trench warrior, the man who gave his blood and sweat for Washington, could be traded for scraps. Yes, 2 late round picks for a Titan who has been the face of this defense. What kind of deal is this? Let's break it down brutally. First, the facts. The Arizona Cardinals, a team that played defense like wet paper last season, 4.6 yards allowed per carry, a quarterback pressure rate of 19%. Even my grandma runs faster than that. And now, they think they can rebuild their defensive line with a 30-year-old Allen, coming off injuries, who played just 8 games in 2024. But hold on, desperation is real, folks. Arizona has draft capital and salary cap space. And Washington? Reportedly, they'd accept a 4th-round pick this year and a 6th-rounder in 2026. A 6th-round pick? That's what you offer for a kicker, not a 2-time Pro Bowler. Now, here's the burning question. Are Dan Quinn and the Commanders so desperate to erase the past that they're giving away a leader for pennies? Tell me, since when does a 4th-round pick outweigh a veteran who knows what IT means to bleed for this franchise? Sure, Allen isn't the same player he was in 2022, but his leadership in the locker room, his warrior spirit, that can't be bought in a draft. And listen, Washington has Payne and rookie Jerson Newton, but depth matters. Or have you all forgotten seasons wrecked by injuries? But WAIT, it's not all bad. Freeing up his contract could help retain Dante Fowler, and Dan Quinn wants his own system. But at what cost? Loyalty for a coin flip in the draft. This is like selling your Super Bowl trophy at a garage sale. And here comes the knockout punch. If Arizona pulls this off, IT's a heist. But if Washington approves it, IT's a betrayal. Where's the respect for the Warriors who carried this franchise through its darkest times? Allen deserves better than to be dumped like this. Now I ask you, if you were GM, would you accept 2 throwaway picks for a franchise icon? Or demand at least a 2nd-rounder and a young player with upside? Commanders Nation, it's time to shape the future. Urgent question. Should the Commanders go all in for a superstar like Brandon Aiyuk? Or trust that Terry McLaurin and the young receivers already have what it takes to compete in the NFC East? Big decision. Should they sign Chris Godwin, despite the injury risks, to boost the offense? The most controversial call: would you trade a team icon for meaningless picks? Or demand at least a second rounder and a young talent with potential in any negotiation? Your opinion builds the Adam Peters era. What move defines success or failure? For this new era, comment your strategies, share this breakdown with your crew, and join the family that bleeds burgundy and gold. Subscribe now. Enable notifications so you don't miss exclusive analysis of the 2025 revolution. Each subscription is a vote to build the Commanders dynasty. And remember, hail to the Redskins.